Hey everybody, HMV here. Playing more Kerbals Space Program. I forgot for a second what I was playing. We've got what I think might be the last ship I build, the last ship I design for this series, and this is the Kill Me Not Unmanned. This is as optimized as I can get it. You'll notice it's tilted. That's because this guy, while he technically has reaction wheels, they're garbage. So it's tilted actually so that I don't need the computer on and it will actually get into a fairly decent orbit. I need to tilt up a little bit, I found, but not too bad. But anyway, we're going to launch this guy, and the reason I'm telling you this in here and on the launch pad is because I don't have the launch clamps. And even if I did, I wouldn't be able to put them on here because I'm at maximum weight and parts. So I couldn't attach a launch clamp to this thing if I wanted to, and there's 3 reasons why I can't. I don't have the part, don't have the weight, and I don't even have the access to the part. So the moment this thing, physics loads on this thing, I have to hit Z in space. Otherwise it falls over. So, Z launch. Okay. Now I leave SAS off, but I am pulling up a little bit on the thing just to make sure we hit some of our benchmarks. One of them being that we're roughly halfway down when we're at 5,000 meters. I would say the 70. If we hit the 70 at 5,000 meters, I'll be pretty happy. It looks like actually we might be a little bit beyond that. Yeah, we're not even passing the 80. So this is going to be kind of a high launch. If all else fails, I can set this guy up with just getting space over Kerbin. I still haven't gotten low over Kerbin for some of these things, so I'll just get that and then bring it back down. Also, you'll notice there's clouds. I figured, hey, I don't have any other mods installed. I might as well install some pretty mods. And I installed the Clouds and City Lights mod just because it is so pretty. But yeah, we're very high for the angle we're going, which should mean that this launch isn't going to be as efficient as it could be. We also might have enough fuel just to get us up to moon. There we go. And I don't think I showed this last time. Oh, I need to turn the computer on. The reason this fuel tank works, and then this one here, is I've got this fuel line coming down so that when this thing actually drains all the way out, actually, let me look at my apoapsis. Yeah, see, my apoapsis is way too high for what I've got. When that fuel tank drains out, I can toss it aside, and then I don't have to carry it. It just saves enough weight that it matters, and it actually saves enough weight that it makes it worth doing all this. Okay, we are in an 82 by 84 orbit. We have 163 fuel units. Generally, I was looking at... Oh, I forgot to toss this thing. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and slow down. Oh. Go ahead and toss this aside here. Oops, I forgot to turn that around. That was a mistake in building. I put that on upside down because usually you want it attached to whatever's on the bottom. But oh well. 163 is definitely within the realm of going to Minmus. So I think we're going to try to send this guy to Minmus. So I'm going to do all that. You've seen me do it several times. There's really no reason to watch me do it again. So as soon as he is on his way to... Actually, tell you what, when he's at Minmus and getting ready to land, that's when I'm going to come back. There's no reason for you to watch any of this. A lot of this, actually, this might even be the last episode. I don't know. Depends on how much content I get. But I think if I can get all these up to Minmus and back, I'm hoping maybe 4 trips total. So we'll see. Okay, as you see, we are in orbit around Minmus. It's not a very good orbit, but we have tons of fuel left. This guy is super duper efficient, which is awesome. I'm also just going to burn down so that our periapsis comes down on the planet here somewhere. Doesn't really matter where exactly. But I'm going to abuse F5. And then we are going to go find Minmus here. There she is. All right. Oh. We almost ran out of electric charge. We were facing away from the sun. Holy cow, that would have sucked. I put 3 solar panels on here so that as long as I didn't face directly away from the sun or directly towards the sun, I would not run out of electric charge, and I totally faced directly away from the sun. That was dumb. Okay. And I actually just thrusting the engines enough to give me some movement was enough to totally throw off my thing here, but that's not a big deal. This guy has fantastic thrust to weight. This might actually be the same flats we landed in before. Although I think it was these ones. But we have enough fuel that we should be able to land again if we are going to land on these things. Okay, let's go ahead and aim ourselves upward. I'm going to use a little bit of thrust just to turn ourselves here. Should also go into surface mode. Yeah, I think this might be the same flats we were on before. Not a big deal. 200 meters per second. We should be able to bleed that off very quickly. He says right before hitting quick save. Let's go ahead and rotate ourselves so up is up. Not that it really matters that much, but better safe than sorry. Okay, let's see how quickly we can bleed off 100 meters per second here. Very, very quickly. I am completely unconcerned. I would like to know where my shadow is, though. Still stair-stepping it a little bit, just to be sure. There's my shadow. Thing is, without the engine, I have almost no torque. Yeah, see, I am turning slowly and slightly. I probably don't even need to run the engine anymore. There we go. Okay, let's observe this materials base. See if this is the same place we were at before. It is not. Great flats. Sweet. Okay, let's go ahead and keep this data. We're going to take 2 readings. Keep this data. Sadly, we only have 1 mystery goo because we need this parachute. Keep this data, but we do have, if I could find it here, 2 barometers. Oh, we're going to get 100% return on the barometer, so we only needed to bring 1. Oh, well, keep it. Log the temperature. Same thing. Actually, I only needed to bring 1, so I'm not going to bother. I have 2 more on the back here. You know what? I can get them in space near. Might as well. But we have everything we came here for. 90 degrees is this way on the nav ball. Make sure we're not going to hit any mountains. Let's go ahead and log the pressure data here. Space near Minmus. Might as well get a little bit of extra. That'll save us 2 parts as well, which is pretty cool. Get our apoapsis up to 10 or so. Now, having extra fuel in the butt of this thing is good for 2 reasons. 1, it's going to give us fuel to burn as we're coming down. And 2, it's going to put the weight in the back of this guy. So as he's going up as he's coming back down through the atmosphere, this will stay back. If we lose the solar panels, no big deal. I have already triggered the parachute, and I've set it to only deploy when it gets to 0.75. Now, what I can do is this means that he should definitely be going under 250 meters per second when he hits this thing. But also, once he gets under 250, I can just click this thing and slide it down. And here's a little trick for you at home. You can even do that when your probe core has no power. Just a little trick I found out. Periapsis above 8 is fine. There we go. Now we need to return to Kerbin, which means burning right around here-ish, which is where we are. So let's just burn and say we're done. Actually, it might have been a little bit late, but oh well. It's not like we don't have the fuel. What just... Oh, we burned the wrong ship. We burned the wrong ship. This is likely going to escape Kerbin's sphere of influence. Which way are we going? We're going this way. Okay. I was looking at the manned ship when I really should have been looking at the unmanned ship. Okay, I'm going to turn the engine on just a little bit. And I've lost control of the vessel. It has electric charge. Grrr. Okay, let's go back to the Space Center and jump back to the ship. Okay, I have control of him again, which is always good. We want to burn retrograde. It's inefficient, but we shouldn't really have to worry that much. Because we have the fuel. Luckily. Somehow, luck was with us in that we have the fuel. Okay, so we're going to burn his periapsis down, and this is going to be a little bit hotter than normal. So I'm actually going to put his periapsis at 40. 40 and change. That works for me. Okay, let's hit F5. This is going to be a pretty big stress test here. Something went right. We're going to be in the sun. Mostly I'm watching for heat here. I'm going to turn off SAS and see what happens. Not much. But we are keeping our electric charge. Well, it's going down just because of the probe core. And because of the fact that we're butt into the sun, we're not getting any solar power. But at least with the reaction wheels off, we're saving a little bit. How's our apoapsis coming down? It is coming down. As soon as we get under 40, I'm going to turn the computer on and hit the gas. Actually, I guess I hit it a little bit earlier than that. We're going to burn away all of our fuel. There goes our engine, so let's go ahead and kill the throttle. Are we still in time warp? We are not, so now we're in time warp. The burning of that thruster got us under suborbital, or into suborbital, which is good. We are still aerodynamically stable backwards, which is good. I never tested that on this ship. Nothing is heated up yet, which is kind of amazing considering all the problems we had before. I think this is a 100% successful flight. The nice thing is we've come around enough that the sun is actually coming into one of our solar panels. We are going to ditch ourselves in the ocean. One thing I don't know is how fast we'll be going when we hit the ocean. We're under 200, so I'm just going to bring this down. There we go. Oops. No time warp. Nice. And under 7. So this is going to be a 100% perfect flight, which is awesome. So the nice thing is the fuel, the fact that we have lots of fuel left over means I can probably ditch the thermometer and the barometer and put another mystery goo on, which is nice. And it shouldn't hurt us with the fuel. I'm considering ways to do that, though, because we'll have to put them on in weird trisymmetry. But here we go. Oh, I love that the parachute stays out. 383.4 science, which is awesome. We got 50 and 60. Let's see, mystery goo. The 2 mystery goos is what I'm curious about. Oh, no, we only got 1 mystery goo. The 2 materials bays. 27.3 and 125. So we got really the lion's share came from that one, but I think it's worth it. It's what, 50 or 20% or so of the other one. I'm not going to eschew 27.3 science extra on each run, plus whatever the mystery goo is going to give us. But that's awesome. That is awesome. And we even got some funds back. We need science data from space around Kerbal. We can easily get that. We can just bring up an extra barometer here. See, science data from the surface of Minmus. We can get that easily just by running this. But honestly, I don't think we need to. That cost us. How much did that cost? The Kill Me Not Unmanned cost 20 grand. We could launch, I don't even know how many. A lot of numbers. 400 of them or 40 or 400. I depending on where I put the ones digit. The important thing is it doesn't matter. That's going to allow us. Now, I don't even need to unlock anything in particular. There's nothing I actually want out of all of this. Nothing that I could unlock would I actually want to put on any of these ships. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock this just to see what's under here. Actually, I don't need to do that. I forgot. Reaction wheels wouldn't be bad on this ship. So tell you what, let's go ahead and unlock them just so we have something. Struts, we don't need them. Launch clamps, like I said, it would have been nice, but I'm not going to be able to, so I might as well just research it. And then we can unlock 3 or 4 of these. I think 3. So let's go 1, 2, 3. I think we only need, oh no, 2. I only think we need 1 more trip to Minmus. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's reconnoiter this ship just a little bit to get a little bit better output from it. And then I will be back in a moment as we launch it. Okay, this could be the last launch ever of our space program, and I'm excited. This is a slightly modified version of the Kill Me Not. Let me get rid of those. I also realized that my staging is, as usual, wrong. I'm actually going to save the parachute. This will go with this, which is nice. This will go by itself, which is nice. And we're ready to go. How are we doing on distance? I think actually we're looking pretty good, but I'm going to pull up just a little bit so that we don't quite tilt over as much as we are currently. It's a tiny, tiny little benefit of pulling up like this as opposed to not, but it's all you need at the beginning just to tweak it. I want to be above 10 kilometers when I hit 45 degrees. That's the goal, and I've done it. Yes, so now I can just let the ship do what it wants to do. Yeah, the only difference on this ship is I put on another Mr. U, and I took one of the thermometers away, and I put another barometer over here so we can get space data from space over Kerbal, because that's one of our contracts. Then we're going to replace that instantly with landed on Minmus, and then that's it. That's all we're going to do. Okay, an interesting thing happened on the way to Minmus. Our orbit is almost perfectly coplanar with it, enough that I think I can just burn at any time to get there. Minmus is over here. So we want to burn roughly at sunset to reach him. I found that if you put Minmus right about here and you come in and touch right about there, you're perfectly fine. So what we want to do is burn right about here. And we're not losing electric charge, so we have solar panels in the sun. I also have more fuel than I did before because I'm awesome. And I was able to actually carry my launch stage, that extra tank all the way up into orbit. It's actually in a stable orbit by accident. I staged it kicking it forward when my periapsis was at about 50, and it kicked it up so its periapsis was at like 80. So oops with that. But oh well, what are you gonna do? But I figure, considering this is the last time I'm going to show it to you, because I don't think I've actually shown you a successful connection with Minmus, and who knows, maybe I still won't. But right about there. Right about there. If all else fails, it looks like we're a little bit early. But being early, we can actually just kind of burn to hold our line here, and it's really cheap to do that out here. If you come in late, it's obviously, you've seen it before, it's really expensive. But coming in early is fine. But it looks like we're going to be good. It's like Minmus is going to come in and grab us. Turning this thing is a bear. But if we aim inward and retrograde, which is going to be between these two things here, we should be able to bring our periapsis down quite a bit. Now, then, granted, this is going to be on the dark side. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to executive decision here. We're just going to come down near the pole and land it right here. This will be highlands, midlands, slopes, or poles, and this is going to be perfectly fine. And I took a barometric reading in space around Kerbal, so we'll get that contract. We also have a contract to fly by moon, and the thing is, I can't actually recover those contracts until I get home. So sadly, I'm not going to be able to get the contract for data from space on Minmus. But oh well, what are you going to do? It's not that big of a deal. Contract science is completely useless, and I don't need the money because ideally this is my last flight ever. So let's get ourselves down to about, let's say, $5 grand off the surface, which I don't know how far off the surface we are, but we're $5 grand off of the lowest point ever. So I'm going to hit the gas. Bit suicide Bernie, and I didn't hit F5, but hey, it's Minmus. How hard can it be? Answer is none. Minmus can be none hard. Oh, I hit Z instead of X. Dang you. Dang you, Z key. Bat coming down. Got my shadow. My shadow and me landed on Minmus. Okay, I've got one finger on the X key now, so I don't accidentally hit the Z key. Okay. This could be a problem. Because I want this data landed, but I don't want... Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click this, be ready to observe. Oh, I love this user interface. Nothing makes me happier. Or sadder, actually. I'm not going to be sarcastic here. Nothing made me sadder than when I heard that they were redesigning the user interface in Unity to look exactly like the user interface we have today. Okay, we are landed. Observe, 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 observe. Okay, it looked like we were in the Midlands. Okay, I need to get around to my barometer and my thermometer, because I want to get those landed as well. Log temperature, log pressure. And now we're basically, because we're like at the pole here-ish area, taking off at a 90-degree angle is not that critically important. We actually want orbit, not surface. But as long as we're launching, let's go to map mode. Where are we? We're right here. Let's get this up to about 10. At least we're going to be in a crazy orbit so that it'll be much easier to tell whether or not it's us or Valentina that we're looking at. 9 by 10. That's perfect. Okay. Now, which direction are we orbiting? We're orbiting this way. So when we're about here, yeah, you know what? Things are getting worse. We're going to actually go back to the tracking station. Okay, and looking at Minmus now, all we care about is Minmus's orbit around Kerbin compared to our probe's orbit around Minmus. We want those things to be roughly the same, which is actually going to take a lot of orbits because we started out poorly. Okay, we should be getting close now. Yeah, see, our craft is orbiting Minmus like this. This is perfect. Okay, so let's go to our craft now. And now, here's our orbit around the craft. There's Kerbin. So we want to, when we're up here, we want to burn forward so that we launch ourselves backwards in Minmus's orbit. And I'm so sure about this, I'm going to hit F5. Okay, and luckily, somehow, we are not only facing the right way, but we have electric charge. So we're just going to hit Z. We're going to get going about 300 meters per second here. Perfect. Now, we got our Kerbin periapsis to worry about. So let's aim ourselves retrograde compared to Kerbin, which is the opposite of that. Keeping an eye on my electric charge just to make sure I don't accidentally aim away from the sun or anything crazy like that. Whoopsie. Okay, we want our periapsis to be around 40 because that worked really well for us in the past. And we should have more fuel than we had before. We got no chance of the moon interrupting our flight because we're coming in so crazy. He says as the moon tries very hard to interrupt my flight. Sadly, though, we're coming in on the night side. So as soon... Oh, wait. You know what we need to do? We need to... I'm going to trigger the parachute right now and set the minimum pressure up to 75. I'm also going to turn the computer off. And as soon as we get down to 40 again, I'm going to hit the gas unless we run out of electric charge. The chute, though, having been triggered, means that I'll be able to selectively trigger it. Oh, why are we have... Oh, man, the mystery goos. The mystery goos are going to blow up because they're sticking out a little bit. Yeah, there goes a mystery goo. There goes a mystery goo. Man, if I had tweaked the mystery goos in just a little bit more. Now, of course, the ship is off center. Not suborbital yet, but we're heading upwards, which is a good sign. Okay. It's a little bit more storied than I was expecting it to be. That really sucks that we lost those 2 mystery goos. That could easily be 100 or more. And probably means we're going to have to do another flight. And if we lose the parachute, we're in even deeper trouble here. But as long as everything survives another 20 harrowing seconds here, I think we're going to be fine. Okay. I'm actually curious. We're still going to over 250. There's 250. So let's bring this down 60, 50%, 40%. Yeah, somewhere around 40% is where I almost cut the parachute. Is where you have to worry about having your parachute open too high for the speed. At least on Kerbin. I think I'm still going to leave it at 75, though. Okay, let's see if this did it. If it doesn't, I just realized I could probably just do a quick suborbital hop or take some readings and then be done with it. 321. I think that is higher than the magic number because we have 3 of these to do. I have successfully completed the Caveman Challenge. I wholeheartedly recommend to anyone out there, give this a try. It is really fun. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm HMV, and I will, once I fix my save game and the other game I'm playing, talk at you later.